Welcome, Thunder fans, and welcome back to the channel, Rumbling with the Thunder. Please, if you haven't already, please hit like up, subscribe. It will really help me grow the channel as I continue in this season two and hopefully for a back to back. Today, we're going to jump into a little 2025 celebration of the Oklahoma City Thunder and their championship as we raise the banners, get our rings, and we compete against the new looked Houston Rockets. Before we even get started, I like to say I was in the building. It was an amazing time, and they sent us away with these lovely replica banners, and it came right in time because I just got, which I didn't just get, I've had it, but I wanted to have my own celebration like the Thunder. So since I can't be on the floor, I had to celebrate my own way. So with my championship banner, I also have this, the replica championship trophy. If you don't have one and you are a Thunder fan, I really think you should get one because it is very solid, durable piece of metal and it will be good in any of your living room spaces. All right, we are going to hop into this 124 125 finals, double overtime by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they showed some grit and grime this game, and I was super excited to be in the house last night. I want to jump into the team stats first because I want to talk about some of the things that I felt was an issue. And it's not really a huge issue because just like we was talking earlier, this was a celebration. It's hard to celebrate, get these amazing rings. If y'all haven't seen them, I definitely will post them. Amazing rings. Sit there. You got your white jackets on, highlighted in gold. It was a wonderful night for the Thunder Nation. Let's hop into the game. We want to hop into the field goal percentages off the top. So both teams shot 44% from the field. Pretty good. Pretty solid. It's what you expect. But it is game one of a long 82 season, 82 game season. So you know there's a lot of dust and cobwebs and all of the things that you need to get right, especially with Houston adding KD. And this is one of the teams that I'm glad we played earlier because I have said this was one of the teams that I was concerned about. And after watching last night, I will continue to be concerned about this team as they get better and get solid because four teams, maybe five, will give the Thunder a run for their money. But we'll talk about that later. Last night's game from three, this is where it raised the red flag for me, where I felt like we stepped out of our normalcy and shooting 52 threes. That's a lot of threes. That's a lot of threes. 52 threes, and it was 13 for 52. Now, what I will say about the 3-point selections, they was all good shots. Lou Dort didn't hit a three, but I would tell him to shoot all of those shots again. Cason Wallace wasn't hitting, but I would tell him to take the same shots. The shots weren't bad; they just weren't falling, and I count that to the celebration. It's hard to do that. A lot of teams don't even win on their celebration night. They normally drop that game. So I'm glad we came away with the win. We're 1-0. Free throws was pretty solid, 87, 80% on each side. We missed five. One was from Cason Wallace. The other four was from Shea, which is another thing that is not going to happen on a night in, night out. Rebounds. This is where I set the alarm. Rebounds, I wasn't good with. They had 52 rebounds to our 38, and 16 of those 52 were offensive rebounds. We can't allow teams to have 16-second chance shots at the goal. We just can't. We can't. Um, we had 11, which is okay, and I don't even think we converted a lot of those 11 offensive rebounds that we had. So We got to clean that up. Hardenstein had about 8 rebounds. Him and Chet was a lot of times they was just out of place. Like it was, they was just out of place. Something that I'm not sounding alarms about. We'll be fine. This is game one. I'm I'm chilled, man. It's a long season. Um, Assists. They had 23 assists. We had 29. Pretty good. We share the ball. That's what we do. The highlight, some that the Thunder fans, I mean, Thunder hang their head on is what? Defense. Defense. Defense, we had 12 steals to their 6 steals, and then we had 4 blocks to their 5 blocks. So overall, we had they had 25 total turnovers, and we had 12. Pretty solid game. We're taking care of the ball. You gotta love that. Taking care of the ball on a night like that. So it wasn't a lot of crazy alley oops. I didn't get to see any alley oops or any fancy passes. We played pretty good and took care of the ball. Points in the paint, 44 to 50, so we took it there. And it was really a solid game. It really was back and forth. The largest lead for the Rockets was 12 points, and our largest was 6. So the game was right in hand for either team. Um, I want to say after that first overtime, because it really shouldn't even went to double overtime. That overtime where KD called the timeout at the end of the quarter, y'all, like there's no way. Y'all talk about all this cheating at the Thunder and the refs love the Thunder and they give them all the calls and stuff. There is no more blatant way to see KD huddled up like Chris Webber calling a timeout, and they essentially blew the whistle to call the timeout. And we're sitting there in the arena and we're wondering, like, what is going on? Give us our free throw. Let Shea go to the line, knock this down so we can go. And I'll hit Del Rancho on my way back to Dallas. It's not what happened. It's not what happened. They let it go on. And that makes me feel those are the things that when people say the league is fixed and rigged and those are the things you always question. Like, did it not hit the over and under? I would be really curious to see what that over and under is. But I don't do all the betting and all because I just feel like the games are not rigged, but they're just it's just hard to account for what's going to happen in an NBA game. All right, let's hop into player stats. Shea did not have a good first half. I want to say Shea ended off the first half with 9 points. 9 points. Shea shot 1 for 9 from three. I do like him taking the shots that he took from three, and I know they will fall, but I do wonder is this the new Shea where he's going to take around? Because what Shea normally takes, what, 3 to 4 threes a game? 9 is a lot, but I know he was trying to get going. I know he wanted that crowd to just explode because we was waiting. Anytime Shea put up a shot, we was waiting to explode. Um, but ended off the game. Also needed help with the double overtime because that's really when he got cooking was in the second half, and really in those overtimes he took those overtimes over. He ends off the game with 35, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. That's something huge from your star player, your MVP, to go out there and get 4 turnovers with 2 steals and 2 blocks. I love that. Little turnovers. He had three turnovers, some great game. If he didn't have though 1 for 9 for three, it would damn near be a perfect game. Chet, amazing game. We was in the stands and we didn't know how to react. We didn't know how to react with Chet hitting all of these shots. Chet looked good. Chet almost was doing some of the things that I was talking about last season. If you check out the clips where I say, Chet, just get to your hot spot and do a little uh, move, shimmy on your shoulders, and hit the little fadeaway. And he was doing that. It was almost like that was his bread and butter. So I'm definitely going to be watching that as we move forward in the season. His shot was falling also. He shot 2 of 5 from three, was perfect from the free throw line, which I don't even know what happened. There was one time in the game he shot a free throw and they waved it off. I don't know if it was a substitution or something going on, but they waved it off and gave him two more. So maybe the refs do cheat on both ends. Um, 11 for 17 from three. So with 28 points, seven boards, that's a pretty solid game. What I will point out for Chet though is he didn't have a steal or a block, which is absurd. You just think Chet is going to at least have one block, but that's to come because we play Indiana and there may be a block party in there because they definitely don't have Miles Turner anymore. But we're gonna stay right here. Isaiah Hartenstein, Hart did what Hart does. He had 6 points, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. So the 2 steals, 5 assists, that's really good. With those rebounds that I was talking before, they was out of place. But you give him 4 more rebounds, that's a pretty solid game at 12 boards and 6 points. He wasn't looking for a shot a lot. He was being more passive, which is fine. You know, Hart does what Hart does. We will laugh at the 0 for 1 for 3, and it was a bad one too. It was a really bad one. I like that he's trying to grow in his game, and I'm fine with Hart shooting threes, but mark my word, I doubt he shoot another one for probably another 10, 12, damn near 20 games, guaranteed. Because Hart is like that. I think he wants to add that to his game, but when he misses, and especially since it was an air ball and he missed it so bad, I bet he won't take another three for a while. So watch out for that. Lou Dort. I'm gonna point out Lou Dort. Lou had a tough game. He had a tough game, but I will say he played amazing defense. He played amazing physical defense on Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant could not breathe. He was all in his pockets. But offensively, which that could take a toll on you. So he did his thing on defense. He had one steal, but just like I said, he was all on Lou Dort. 6 points. He was 0 for 8 from threes. And you know that's something that that's not going to happen. We're not accustomed to that. That's not going to happen. I'm not saying Lou Dort is a 3-point threat, but when 0 for 8, no, come on. That had to do with the ring ceremony. That's one of those. So he didn't hit a three. He was 2 for 12 from three. So he just didn't have a great shooting night. But his defense was definitely accounted for. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and the defense on Kevin Durant. The numbers for Kevin Durant, you would look like he just went off, but he really didn't. For one, he fouled out. Thanks to the Thunder fans, we was booing every time he touched the peel. Every time anything with Kevin Durant, we booed. But it was funny when they called Kevin Durant out. Of course, we booed him. But when Steven Adams came out, oh, he got the biggest ovation. Then they showed Serge Ibaka on the big screen. He got a huge ovation. Then they even showed Carmelo. He got a huge ovation. So I know we all know that bothers Kevin Durant, and I think it bothered him throughout that game because he was struggling early on. I think his first half, he may have had 8 points, and then he started heating up in the second half, ending off with 23 points, 9 rebounds, and assists, and of course, fouling out. And he was 0 for 4 from three. So I say that to say Lou Dort definitely did his thing last night. He had his hands all in it. Cason Wallace also struggled from three. He was 3 and 8, but he did so much more. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Man, Cason Wallace is an absolute terror when it comes to getting that kill from people. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this season. So keep a lookout for him. The bench, The bench did so to me, honestly. They always do their thing, and if you put all the points together, they had a solid game. But Jay Will didn't have a good game to me. 13 minutes, he had 2 points, one steal and an assist. He was 0 for 4 from threes. But I said it before. I liked their shot selection. I liked every shot selection Jay Will took. And he gave one that was a pump fake and took a dribble and popped that little 18-foot shot, that jumper. It was beautiful. And I said, if this is what he can bring, he definitely will be able to help us in this back-to-back run we're on. Caruso had, to me, a so-so game. He was amped. He definitely tried to boom on people a couple times, but he had a Caruso game. He had 8 points, two steals, a block, three assists, a rebound. He played a lot of minutes, but defense definitely showed from Caruso. Aaron Wiggins. I wanted more from Wiggs, but he had a solid game. He shot 50% from the field, 4 for 8. He shot 2 for 5 from the three, had a rebound, and had also had an assist. So he had a solid game. He didn't hurt us, didn't have turnovers. That's one thing I like about Wiggins being on the floor, is even if he's out there, he's not hurting us by some of the things that he's doing. Um Man, did he make a splash coming back? We missed this guy last year. I really didn't even want to see him in the playoffs, but they put him in out there anyway. But last night, you could really tell this piece. AJ Mitchell, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from three, perfect from the free throw line with one, two rebounds, two assists. With them buckets he was getting, and there was one time that he went to the hole, he missed the shot. I think Hartenstein was fighting for the ball and flicked it to him, and he was right there. AJ Mitchell is always in the right spot. AJ Mitchell always makes the wise cuts. His basketball IQ is very, very high, and I'm very impressed with what I saw last night. Um, Two more before I get out of here. Book Barnheiser. I was very surprised that he even touched the floor, because between him and Chris Youngblood, who also got, I guess, a second, he may have got like the last 45 seconds of the first quarter. Those are our G League players. Those are our development league players. But I did have to take into account that Case Kendrick didn't play and Isaiah Joe didn't play. So that's also the reason these two got those minutes. But great game through and through. Just to highlight some of the players from the Rockets, I love Şengün. Do you guys know that we had Şengün on our roster? The same year we drafted Giddy, we drafted Şengün and gave him away for peanuts to me. But I feel if we would have had Şengün, other pieces may have not came in, and we may not got the championship. So I'm good with what we got. But if we had Şengün and Chet, who knows? Şengün ended off the game with 39 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, two steals, a block. He's their focal point. Şengün, to me, the way that he's playing, especially now that he is able to shoot the three, he shot 5 for 8 from the three. The way he's playing, and I'm talking about the Rockets because this is a team that I feel we're going to see in the playoffs. We could see in the playoffs. But Şengün playing like this, he reminds me a lot of Jokic. Like, look at those numbers: 39, 11, 7, two steals, one block. That's a Jokic game. So it's only his third year, I think, third or fourth year. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he can bring to this league. Amin Thompson had a solid game. He had 8 points. Jabari Smith, he had 16. And then, of course, Kevin Durant had 23. The thing that I'm worried about this team, because you have to look 124 to 125. They took us to double overtime. You have to respect it. Like that just didn't come out the blue. And this was their first time playing together, and this was our night of honoring. They're going to be solid. They're going to be a solid team. We will see them, barring injury to Kevin Durant, because that's where I was headed. The thing that separates us a lot from these other teams is J Dub didn't play last night. Like we can win big games with pieces missing. A lot of teams can't do that. If the Rockets, they already lost Van Leek for the year. If they don't get Kevin Durant, if Kevin Durant can't play the whole season, they're going to be in trouble. And then that's when I will not worry about the Houston Rockets. But man, it is going to be a great season. I'm super pumped just to take this journey with you guys again, especially through a full season. This will be my first full season of Rumbling with the Thunder, man. Please continue to rock with me. Please tell a friend to tell a friend and smash that like or subscribe button, please, so I can keep this thing going. And man, hey, I got to say it, man. We NBA world champions. We're NBA world champions, and we're about to make a run for number two, back to back. We haven't seen a back to back since the Golden State Warriors. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. It's Big Lance. Holla at your boy. Peace.